Thanks, Riaz. Good morning. After being absent from the media spotlight during BC's wildfire crisis, Premier Christy Clark will finally address the province today. The Premier is expected to be in Pemberton this afternoon, the scene of one of the more than 180 wildfires burning across our province right now. Reinforcements are being brought in to help with the situation. 70 additional firefighters from Ontario will be deployed throughout the province. All available firefighters here in BC, including more than 600 contractors, are already on the job. The province is also requesting nearly 300 more firefighters, including crews from Australia and New Zealand. With around 30 new fires breaking out every single day, the Wildfire Service admits it's struggling to keep up.
The availability of resources is at a critical level, and any significant increase in fire load will be difficult for us to manage. As such, we've begun prioritizing fires based on human life and safety, property, critical values, critical habitat, and timber. And before any of those, the safety of our responders will come first and foremost.
Air quality advisories remain in effect for Metro Vancouver, the Fraser Valley, the Sea to Sky Corridor, and the Sunshine Coast. The air quality has improved in Metro Vancouver with a low to moderate risk for those with underlying medical issues, including infants and seniors. But in Whistler, the air quality is poor and the risk to health very high.
I would encourage you to consider whether you need to reduce your activities outdoors, whether you want to spend a little more downtime and spend a little more time indoors, particularly in some air-conditioned space.
Starting at noon today, a complete campfire ban will be in place within the Coastal Fire Centre. With the extreme fire risk, more municipalities are issuing bans and considering closing trails to protect their parks and forests, that is. Burnaby is banning all smoking and charcoal barbecues in its park. All barbecues and smoking are banned on trails on the North Shore and in West Vancouver parks. Delta has closed its larger parks. Some of the trails in Richmond's Nature Park are closed to the public. In Vancouver, there were 36 smoking-related fires in the past week and 7 unattended beach fires, including 4 in Stanley Park. All cities are urging extreme caution.
Right across the North Shore, we have houses right on the edge of the forest. So and the steep southern terrain, these fires can develop very fast and threaten households. So we have, we're just wanting to get the message out that we're already into an extreme situation, which is normally mid to late August. So we just have to be very, very aware and use our common sense when we're on the trails.
People living in a Burnaby apartment near Boundary Road and Canada Way are homeless after a fire. Crews arrived yesterday afternoon to find flames on the top floor of the 4-story wood frame apartment. 41 firefighters and 13 pieces of equipment were needed. Thankfully, there were no injuries, but one firefighter rolled his ankle. The cause of the fire is not being considered suspicious. Despite tougher water restrictions being implemented last Friday, water usage is actually up right across Metro Vancouver. Reservoir levels have dropped to 75% as people use more water with the extended hot weather. You are now only allowed to sprinkle your lawns once a week. Many fountains and water parks that are not on timers have also been shut off. In Vancouver, there have been 600 warnings about watering restrictions, but only 2 tickets have been issued. The penalty is $250.
I understand why it's closed, but of course it's disappointing. I mean, it's been a hot summer. I mean, it would be great if the kids could go down a water slide and play in the water park.
I mean, every year when we come to Vancouver, this is one of the spots. Granville Island and the park. Yeah, so the kids are a bit down, but we'll have to make up for it with ice cream, I guess.
Vancouver's homeless numbers are slightly better than last year, but they still rank higher than in 2008 when the mayor first promised to end homelessness in our city. This year's homeless count totaled 1,746 compared to last year's count of just over 1,800. After reviewing the 34-page report, Gregor Robertson says solving homelessness remains part of a longer-term plan, but he's looking for support from other levels of government. He says the focus remains on affordability, improving building conditions, and protecting the city's stock of single-room occupancy.